So here, let's say this is a website which I want to create using HTML and CSS. So what do I do normally? This page is having a navbar at the top. So for this navbar, I will create the HTML. Then this is a rectangular box which is having some text on the left side, and on the right side we have some image, right? And this way we will divide our page into different layouts or elements, and then what we will do, we'll write the HTML and the CSS because both are needed. So where are we writing the CSS? Either we are writing in the inline or else as internal style sheet or as external style sheet, right? But what happens is when we are creating a big website like this, uh, the number of CSS lines or the amount of CSS gets increased gradually. Okay, at one time it becomes too much. And to avoid that, what we can do is we can use some UI libraries. What is UI libraries give us? They provide us with some CSS classes. Anyways, to create this website using HTML and CSS also, what we are doing is we are not directly applying the styles. What we are doing in the external style sheet, we are creating some class and using that class. We use that class in our HTML. But again, while creating that class, I am writing 4 or 5 lines of code or maybe more lines of code, that is CSS code. So ultimately our file size are getting increased slowly because we are writing lot of styles for these elements. Okay. So what these UI libraries help us is they tell us that you don't need to write any CSS. You just apply some CSS classes to your elements. Now the CSS classes, when I apply to an element, what they will do, this Bootstrap or any other UI library, what they will have is that class is associated with some CSS styles. So those styles are with them. We don't need to touch those styles. We just use the classes. As we have the library with us, what will happen? Automatically, the styles associated with that class will be applied to our HTML element. So this way, what will happen is we will include only the class, not the styles in our code. So this way, this CSS code will get minimized in our project or application. Okay, so now let us see how to do that. So here I will not show you how to create a website using HTML and CSS because we already know that and we have done that again and again so many times, and we have written a lot of CSS. So today what we will be doing is we'll try to use less and less CSS. Okay, it is not like CSS, we will not write a single line of CSS. Yes, we will write, but very less styles we will write. For most common styles, we already have the classes for that in Bootstrap. So let us see. Let me go to getbootstrap.com. This is the website, getbootstrap.com. Don't go to any other website. What will happen if you just search Bootstrap in Google and go to any random page? It may show you some old Bootstrap websites. Okay, the current Bootstrap version is 5.3. But if you search in Google Bootstrap and then go to some link, you may get landed in some Bootstrap 4.0 page, Bootstrap 4.6 page, Bootstrap 5.0 page. Some randomly you may get anything. So it is always better to type in the address bar getbootstrap.com and don't write anything after .com. Just getbootstrap.com and press enter. So we get a website like this. Here, when you reach this page, at this part, you can see the version is written 5.3. There are other versions, but make sure you are on latest one. So today I am talking about 5.3, but tomorrow, maybe next month, maybe next year, 5.4 may be released. So there the latest will be written. Okay, so make sure you are on the latest page. Once you are on the latest page, now we can start reading this website and start implementing Bootstrap in our application. Okay, fine. So today we'll be seeing some basic uh, utilities. Okay, let us see how much we can cover. Later on, we can have another session. Next, we can cover up the other things. So here, how do I include this? So here they are showing some what it is called. It is a powerful, extensible, and feature-packed front-end toolkit build and customize with SAS. Okay, it includes SAS as well. Utilize pre-built grid system. Okay, so we'll see this. What is this grid system? What are these components? And we'll implement those things. Right. So now here they have given something npm install bootstrap something something. So these things we are not in a state to use these approaches because these will be useful when we start working on React. Okay. At that time, this npm install can be done. Okay, fine. So I'll directly go to read the docs. Okay, so click on the doc, read the docs, and we are getting some page called get started with Bootstrap. Now here, quick start. There's a quick start, and so they're just telling us to create an index.html page. Okay, fine. So index.html, I have the page, but not the things. So HTML head and then body. So I just put it like this. In the body, we may be writing something when we create it. Now, so here, actually, in this page, it becomes a little bit confusing. What I'll do is I'll go to this docs at the top. Can you see? Along with the Bootstrap logo, we have a docs option. Okay, it is coming to the same page. Okay, no problem. So after this Java include Bootstrap, CSS, and JS page part here, something is written here. Here there is a link href equal to some link dot css. It is a big link, okay? It is going up to here. And then we have another uh, script tag in the body. In the head, see, two things are to be added. In the head, there is a link. In the body, there is another script. So now I will not touch the script, okay? Later on, when we will learn about Bootstrap components, at that time I will use this. But for today, we don't need all these things. We just need this link href equal to something dot css, very long CDN. So this whole thing I will copy and paste in my head section like this. Okay. So what is the meaning of this line? The meaning of this line is we are linking an external style sheet. Okay, we are linking just like what we are doing, link rel equal to style sheet. Same thing we are doing here. This is a link here, rel equal to style sheet, href equal to something. Okay, but this href, whatever I'm passing, that is not present in our system. It is coming from some external link. What is that link? It is written here, https cdn dot jsdeliver dot net slash npm slash bootstrap at the rate 5.3.3 slash dist slash css slash bootstrap dot min dot css. So this is a external link from where this file, actually this is the file where the css code is there, and we are getting we are able to access that file. So let me check whether this link is working or not. If the link is not working, your bootstrap will not work. Okay, so I copy this link. I just copy this link and go to my browser and open a new tab and paste it here and press enter. So what am I getting? You can see this is actually some Bootstrap CSS styling page. So here you can see dot row hyphen column, then inside the curly brace they are writing the styles. So what they have done, they have not pressed enter. It looks like that they have written all the styles in a single line. So what is happening here, we can see some more things like here padding 0.5 rem, 1 rem, font size 1.25. So like that all the styles are written together and it is a very big file. It is thousands of lines actually. If you paste this code in a .css file, you will see that this is having 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000 lines of code. Okay, so this way we can check that the link is working or not. So we are totally okay with it. The link is working, some data is there, and now we can start using the Bootstrap. So if I don't use this link, our Bootstrap will not work, as I told you. What is the meaning of this thing? This link is known as a CDN. Okay, CDN means Content Delivery Network. So using this CDN, we are so what we are doing is we are not keeping that big 1000 lines of code. That file is 1000 lines of code, right? I'm not keeping it in my system. I don't want to uh, what it is called, invest my space in that. I don't want to store that big file in my system. So what they have done is Bootstrap people, they have kept it in a server and they said that you can access this from the server through this link. So you don't need to put it in your system. Okay. So that's why what I'm doing is I'm using the CDN to access the CSS part. Okay. Now let us check the Bootstrap website. What more can be done? So here, okay, these are the links. So this is the CSS link that I'm using, and JS part I will come to later on. Okay, now in today's topic, what I want to discuss is I want to discuss about something called utilities. Okay, I want to discuss about utilities. Okay, it is better in light mode because you will be able to see properly the colors. In the dark mode, the colors are little bit lighter, so you won't be able to see it properly. So first, what this Bootstrap website is having so many things. Okay, if you see the left hand side panel, there is something called customize layout, how to create layouts, how to create content related CSS classes are here, forms, how to create forms, components. So our main objective is to learn about these components and these utilities. Of course, this helper is also good, fine, but if you want to learn this in details, what you can do is we have a already have a playlist in our channel. Okay, there's a Bootstrap playlist where 3 videos are there. In the 3 videos, I have covered everything in detail about helpers, utilities, components, layouts, everything, form elements, everything. Okay, but in this session, for our daily purpose, what we'll be doing is we'll be learning the utilities and the components. Okay, I think that is enough for us. But if you want to learn in detail, you can go through those that playlist that we have in our in our channel. Okay, so today I will start with utilities. Later on, we will move on to components. Okay, so in the utilities, first, so this is the utility API. Here they don't, they have not told anything. They're just explaining how to use the styles and all. So the first topic is background. Okay, what is background? Have we used background? This is background is actually, they mean background color, not background image or something. Okay, so how are we putting the applying the background color in earlier? We are using the background color property. This is the property we are using, right? Now what we have is we don't need to write separate styles for the background color. See, some preset background colors are there. If you want, if you are okay with these colors, you can use these colors and you don't need to write separate styles for that. Okay, so let us see now. Let me create a div. I'll create a div And inside the div, I'll write some content. Let's say hello. Okay. And what I did need to do is I have to apply these classes. So what type of colors we have? We have a dark blue, we have a light blue here. Then we have a dark gray, then we have a light gray. Again, we have a dark green, then we have a light green here. This way, blue, gray, green, red, yellow, again, some kind of bright blue color, then dark color, then that dark looks like black. Okay. This way, we have some background colors which we can use in our website or application. Okay, but what do we need to do for that? We need to use this class. For the dark blue color, what they are using? They are using something called bg-primary. So what do I do here? In this div, I just apply a class. Class is equal to bg-primary. Okay, save this file and let me run this file. Where is this file? It is here. So did I get something? I got the hello and with along with the background color. Okay, let me first do something. Let me show you a small thing. I remove this link. Okay, the moment I remove this link, I'll comment it. The moment I comment it, what will happen is this link is not available. The CDN is not connected. We are not connected to any Bootstrap styles. So what will happen when I don't have any class here? So let me write something like h1 welcome and h2 I'll write learn Bootstrap. Now I have h1 and h2. So how does it normally look like? It looks like this, right? What is happening if I inspect these things? I can see in the body, can you see a margin? Yes, we are able to see a margin in the body. Then what do we have? After that, we are able to see in the h1 also, there is a margin top and margin bottom. In the h2, in the same way, what we are having? We are having a margin top, margin bottom. So we have a lot of margins here without when we before applying the bootstrap. In the body, we have some margin. In the h1, h2 also, we have some margin. But the moment I apply this bootstrap CDN or we link our uh, website to the bootstrap CDN, when I reload, what will happen? Just see. There are a lot of things will be changing. The margins will be changing and even the font will also change. Okay, you just observe what is happening. Can anyone tell me what is happening? Can anyone tell me?
Its margin and paddings became zero. Sir.
Anything more?
So font is changed, font style.
So what is happening? What is Bootstrap doing? Bootstrap is automatically removing the margin from all elements, not only from the body or something. It is removing from all elements, whether it is body, whether it is h1, h2. So normally what happens is these block level elements like h1, h2, paragraph, these will have some margin by default. HTML will have that, but Bootstrap has removed all this margin. Okay, fine. And also the font has changed. Earlier it was some different kind of font. Now the font is different. Okay. Now we can start applying the classes. So what I'll do in the h1, I can apply something like class is equal to bg primary. And the moment I save it and go to the browser and reload, I get that background primary color. In the same way, we have bg primary, bg warning, bg danger, bg success, bg dark, bg info, bg secondary, like that. So I just apply bg warning. So bg warning is getting applied. So this way you can experiment, try which one you want. So what people are doing, if they are what it is called, they are mixing these two backgrounds. Like if something on the page is dark blue color, then they use the light blue color background. If something is dark green color, they use the light green color background. So you can use this BG primary with BG primary subtle to achieve that kind of theme kind of designing. Okay. Then background gradient. So here what is happening? This is a normal color. Okay, this is not a gradient. Blue, green, red, yellow. But if you see this background gradient, whatever gradient background they are using here, if you observe carefully, you will see that it is a lighter on the top side and darker on the bottom side. Everywhere, little bit, very little change is there. You may not be able to uh, detect it, but a little gradient is there. Okay, so for that, what we do, we write BG primary along with that BG gradient. We add one more class. That's it, nothing else. So you just add one more class along with BG primary. Don't put the dot, okay? So BG primary, BG gradient will give you this kind of gradient effect. Okay. So there is another thing called opacity, but for that you have to write separately. Where, how do we write? This is how you have to write: style equal to BSBG opacity. Okay, so if I copy this and put it here in the BG warning. Oh, sorry, what happened? The double quote. Yeah. Okay. So how it is looking like? The yellow color is looking like this. If I reload the page, now opacity is applied on the background. Okay. So that is all about background. So in background, you don't need to know much. That is the only thing is you have to remember the colors and use it. Okay. And as I told you, we'll be talking about utility and components, right? So in the what you have to do here is in the utilities, you have to actually memorize some of the classes. Okay. So to use them, it is better if you remember the class names, what are to be used. But in components, you don't need to memorize, because here lots of classes are there, and there is nesting is there inside div. You have to in that div you have to apply some other class. Inside the div you need another div when you need to apply different class. So there we will do copy paste. Okay, directly copy and paste and we'll get the components. But for the utilities, try to remember the classes, because these things are just one word, one or two words only. Okay, so if it will be better if you are able to remember the things. Okay, so like this is about background. And then we'll move on to borders. So in borders, what is happening? To apply borders, we need the border classes. So first, let me create a just small box. So div, I'll name it as box. So this box, I need to apply some style to this so that it looks like a square. So what I will do, I will apply this, what it's called, another link rel equal to style sheet. Style.css, I'll create a file, style.css. Here, that dot box, I'll put the style for this. So these are the styles I have to put on my own. Bootstrap can't help me in this. So height is okay. I hope this will give us a square. But I will not apply any colors or border anything to this box. I'll do everything using the Bootstrap. Okay. So to this box, I apply, if I don't apply anything, I have just applied height and width, but I can't see anything here, right? I can't see anything here. I can see this box is there, but I can see this box div is there. We can see the div, which is a square, but nothing is visible because I have applied only height and width. So let me apply the border to this. So how do I apply the border? I write border. That's it. Only border. I add a class called border, and let's see now how does it look like. It is looking like this. Can you see? It is looking like this. And because that they have removed the body margin, we are able to not see it, right? So I'll apply some margin to the body. Even though they have removed it, I need it to see the elements properly. So what I'll do, body margin 10 px. Okay, now I'm able to see the box. So now observe the box. I'll change the styles, classes, and you will see what change we are getting. So when I'm applying the class border, what I'm getting, when I'm applying the class border, I'm getting border from all sides, right? Now, here what they have given, first they are talking about additive border. What is the meaning of additive border? We are adding borders. Now, when I was writing border, what is the meaning? I'm saying add border from all sides. That is the meaning of this border class. If I don't want border from all sides, only from top. So I write border hyphen top. Instead of border, I'll remove this border. Okay. What do I need to write? Border hyphen top. Sorry. Border hyphen top. I don't need the border class. I want only the border top class. So what will happen? It will apply border only on the top side. Okay. One more thing I forgot to show you. Here I want to apply a BG danger, or else I'll use a BG info. See here, border with BG info. I'm applying two classes. BG info means background info color. That is a bright blue color, and border means apply border from all sides. So it looks like this. We are seeing the border from all sides. Or else I can use something like border primary subtle. It will be lighter so that we'll be able to see the border properly. Now we can see there's a border from all sides, right? Okay. Next is border top, border hyphen top. So we are able to see the border only from the top side. Okay. Then border bottom will apply only from the bottom. If I remove this color, then also you can see it has no relation with the color. Okay. The border is visible. Now what about left and right? It is not border left, border right. What is it? For left, we say start, border start. Left and right are known as start and end in Bootstrap. Okay. Start means left, end means right. And if I want from all sides, I just remove all these suffixes and write only border. So this is about additive borders. Then we have something called subtractive border. So subtractive border, how does it work? When I don't, so subtractive order needs the border class as well. Then the extra class. What is happening here? Here, what I was doing is I was applying border from all sides. But here I am not applying border from all sides. Here I am saying remove borders. This is for add borders. This is for remove borders. So I apply border first. I apply border first so I can see border from all sides. Then I apply this border 0. The meaning of that is remove border from all sides. Okay, border 0. So what will happen now? It have removed the border from all sides. Then we have border top 0. That means remove the border from only from the top. So border top 0. We can see from the top it has removed. So this way we can remove border from bottom using border bottom 0. Then from the left using border start 0, because start means left, and border end 0 for removing the border from the right. So you can see we are able to get all these things. Okay, fine. This way the borders can be used. Now more things are there in the border class. This is adding and removing, but there we have color as well. Okay, border color along with border class needs to be added. Then the border primary subtle, border secondary, like that. So let me create something. I want a BG primary subtle, BG primary subtle, and border primary. Okay, so BG primary subtle, what it will do, it will give us a light blue background color, and then it will add one border and apply a border color primary, that is the dark blue color border. So background is light blue, border is dark blue. So let us see how does it look like. Are we getting it? Yes, we are able to get it. Okay, this way you can use your borders. Okay, border primary, border secondary. So all the same colors, whatever we are seeing in the BG class, all the colors are available here. Okay, then again opacity, just like that what we saw earlier, that is again present here. Border opacity, for the border opacity. And then we have this border width. Okay, the more than opacity, we need this width. So border width we can change. So initially when we write only border, the default value is 1. That means border 1 is the class, default class, even if you don't apply this class, and that is the default. So what we can do here, we can increase the width or the thickness of the border using this border 2, border 3, border 4, border 5. Okay, so here if I apply border 5, the border will, the width will increase like this. Okay, so that is about width. Next is the border radius we need. So here we have the border radius class. Now see, the basic class is rounded. Okay, so I'll use this. So I'll remove this border 5 and make it border 2, and I'll apply a rounded class along with borders. So when I apply rounded class, it becomes like this. Okay, you don't need to write all those border radius 10px, 5px, 15px, 20px. No need. It is by default taking some value. Border bs border radius 0.375 rem. It is taking that style. Okay, then let's see what other border radius we have. So that is rounded. If I apply rounded top, what will happen? It will be rounded only from the top, not from the bottom. So let us see that rounded hyphen top. So what do I get? Only from the top. So rounded top, rounded bottom, then rounded start. Is it there? Let us check. Yes, rounded start is also there, and rounded end will also be there. Okay, then next. So this is about rounded top, bottom, from which side you want the rounded. That is the thing. Then we have this circle. We normally create a circle by applying border radius 50% on a square. And we are also using a square, right? We have applied 70-70. So this is also a square. So what I can do is I can create a circle out of it. So for that, I remove this rounded end. I don't need all this rounded end and all. I just need a class called circle. Save it. Sorry, it is not a circle, it is a rounded circle. Rounded circle. Okay. So what will happen now? It will apply the border radius 50% to the element. Okay. Then when we have a rectangle, in the rectangle, if I want this kind of shape, then if I use a rounded circle, again, it will not work. It will look something different. So in that case, what I can do, I can use a rounded pill class. So let me create a rectangle here. So this is box. This is R box, let's say. That is the rectangle box. And remaining all are same, and I'll remove the rounded circle. Or let the rounded circle be there, no problem. Let me create a R box class and first see what will happen if I apply a rounded circle to a rectangle box. So width is, let's say, 150 px, and height is same, 70 px. So it looks like this. We are not getting this kind of structure when we are applying a rounded circle to this, because it is applying border radius 50%. So instead, what I can do, I can apply a rounded pill. So here, what will happen now? We are getting a pill shape. Okay, this is known as a pill shape. So this will apply some more border radius to left and right, and less border radius to the top side, top and bottom side. That's why we are getting this kind of shape. Okay. Then size. Now border radius. Border radius, we were, when I was using this rounded, only rounded. Do you remember? So where is it? I'll remove this line. And initially I was using only the rounded. And we saw that it is some border radius is something about 0.375 rem. But in our scenarios, when we are creating some layout, we may need more border radius as well. We don't always use only 5px. All the time do we use 5px? No. Sometimes we apply 5px. If we want more, we in some other element we apply 10, sometimes 15, sometimes 20, right? So that way I can also change the border radius here. What I can do using this size. So we have rounded 0. That means no border radius. Then we have rounded 1, which is the default, whatever we are seeing. Then we have rounded 2, more round, rounded 3, rounded 4, rounded 5. Up to 5 we have the values. So let us see. So this is rounded. So it is giving me this kind of output. Then rounded 1. I think this should also give us the same output. Oh, rounded 1 is still less than rounded. Okay. Then rounded 2. How much I'm getting? This is something more. What about rounded? Is it same like rounded 2? Yes. Rounded is actually rounded 2. Okay. Then rounded 3 is there. This is more. Rounded 4 is there. This is more radius. Rounded 5 is the maximum that they apply. Okay. This is not completely circle, but little bit. But rounded 6 will not work because that class is not there. It will come back to the square position. Okay. Fine. Next, again, we apply all these things, rounded bottom 1, rounded start 2. So you can combine the things. Let me do something like uh, rounded start 3 and rounded bottom 3. So we can combine this. Start means left and bottom means bottom. So left and bottom, I am applying some border radius. How does it look like? It looks like this. Okay. Then if you increase this 4, 4, you'll get something like this kind of shape you can achieve. Okay. Using this border area. So I'm applying from left and bottom, not from the this right side. That's why I'm getting like this. Okay. Okay. Fine. So this way you can combine the things and apply this. Okay. So that is all about borders. Then we have the colors. So colors we are already little bit familiar because we have used it in border and background. So this color is for the font color. Okay. So in the font, we can use this kind of same colors, primary. Again, here some more classes are there. This primary and primary emphasis. Primary emphasis is not black, it is a dark blue color. Okay. Then text secondary emphasis, text success emphasis. This is also a dark green color. Text danger emphasis. Like that, so many classes are there. So I'll just apply 2 or 3 of them and let us see. So I'll have one H2, and in the H2 I'll write bootstrap, and I'll apply a text color to this. Class equal to text success. Save it and go to the browser and reload. So I got bootstrap in green color. Okay. Let's say I have a background color here, BG warning, or let's say a dark color like BG danger. And I have applied text success. Okay, I removed the text success. Now it is not matching with the BG danger. What is there? The text color is black by default, but red inside the red background, black doesn't look nice. So what I can do, I can go with white color. So I have text white. Okay, can make the text white like this. So that is also a color class. So I hope it is there here. Yes, text white is there. Text white is there. Text light is also there. Okay, text light is also similar to white, but little bit change is there in the color. So this is about text color. Again, opacity is there, but that's it. So in using opacity, you can achieve this kind of thing. You can see it is getting lighter and lighter. Using opacity, you can do that. Text opacity 75, text opacity 50, text opacity 25. This is how we can apply the opacity classes. Then next thing is display. Okay, this is just basic thing. Display inline, display block, and display none. So these are the things we'll have. So let us see. I have one H3. What is H3? H3, I write A, B, C, and another H3 I have, which is having X, Y, Z. Okay. What are these two elements? These two elements are block level elements, right? So if I save this and go to the browser and reload, I get it one after the other. But if I apply here, what I am applying? Class equal to D inline. So by applying this, what I am saying is please apply the display inline style to these elements. Okay. So now they will come side by side like because they have inline. If you want inline block, you can apply D hyphen inline hyphen block. D hyphen inline hyphen block. This way also you can get it. Okay. Now we have seen display inline block. Then let me remove these things, classes. And okay, I'll do one thing. So instead of this H3, I'll use a span. I'm using a span and I'll remove these two classes. So if it is a span, they will be inline element and they will be placed side by side like this, right? Okay. So if I want to convert them into block level elements, I write here d hyphen block. So they will get converted to block level elements and they will come one after the other. Okay. This is about display inline, inline block and block. Then the display property, whatever we are using, we are also having some other things like display. Along with display block, we are using display none as well. So if I apply d none, what is the meaning? I'm saying display none. Then this xyz will become hidden. So you can see xyz is gone. Display none applied to that. Okay. Then next is display inline hiding elements, display none. Okay. So that's all about a display. Next we have flex. Okay. Before going into flex, any more thing is there? Let us see the basic things. Then we'll go to flex. Okay. So float is not that much needed. We don't use it much. So we know float start means left, float start, float left. That means float end means float right, float none means no float. So that is okay, fine. That is not much use. The link object feet link. What is there? Okay, link opacity, not much useful. Opacity is there. Opacity 100, opacity 75, opacity 50, 25, 0. Okay, these are fine. These can be used, but not very essential. Okay, very essential things are sizing, spacing. These are the things. So I want to move on to those things. Position. Okay, position is also needed. We'll see that. Then shadow. Yes, shadow is one thing. See here, no shadow. This box is there. There's no shadow. Small shadow they are applying. How they are applying? Shadow SM. Then normal regular shadow means shadow. So let me apply this on our box. We have a box. Which box we had? We have this box, right? This blue color box. And I'll remove the border from there so that we can see the shadow. Border, primary, whatever these things are. What did I apply? Border to, okay. Whole border class only I'll remove. So it will look like this, right? And I'll comment these remaining things. Now what do I apply to this shape is I apply shadow. Save this, go to the browser, reload. What is happening? I'm getting a little bit of shadow, right? I'm getting a little bit of shadow. Now I'll apply shadow SM. This will give us a small shadow, less than that. Okay, little bit shadow is still there. If I remove this shadow class, you can observe that. If I remove it, we can see that that shadow also it is gone. So shadow SM is giving us a very slight shadow if you want. Then we have more than shadow SM is shadow. Here we'll get more shadow. Then we have shadow LG. We're getting more shadow now. Okay. So this way it is going up to LG or more than that. Yes, up to LG. Okay. No shadow, shadow none, shadow SM, shadow only shadow is the regular shadow, and then shadow LG. Okay. That is all about box shadow. Nothing more in that. Okay. Nothing is there. Fine. Then we have sizing. Then we have spacing. Okay. So what is this sizing? Width. Okay. So this is about width height percent. Let us check now. Where is the box? This is the box, right? To this box, I had applied some width. I'll remove the width for the time being, and I'll apply the width using uh, Bootstrap, not using this thing. So now using Bootstrap, I cannot apply this pixel level width and height. What we do is we have percent level width and height sizing. So to this box, what I will do, I'll apply a W100 class. Okay, W100 means with 100%. So this box now it will look like Let me minimize this. Yes. So how does it look like? It is going from end to end, right? Shadow is also there. So I'll remove the shadows. Rounded. Okay. These things everything I'll remove. So we can see it is going from end to end, right? That is because I have applied width 100%. Now we can reduce it to width 75. Okay. So only these things are supported. 100% is supported, 75. I cannot apply 80%. If you want 80%, you have to write separate style for that. Bootstrap will not provide all the width. It will provide us with 100, 75, 50, 25. Okay. W0, I don't know it is there or not. We'll check it. Okay. So W75 now it will be 75%. Then W50 will be 50%. Then we have W25, which is 25%. We also have a auto value, which is the default. Even if we don't apply, it will have the with auto. Okay, fine. 25, 50, 75, 100, the auto. So same thing will happen with height also. Height 100%, 75%, 50%, 25% auto. Okay. And max width 100%, max height 100% is also there. MW 100, MH 100. These two are some we use it in rare places, right? When we have some parent, when we are uh, doing some content related height width matching, then we do that. Okay, so these are the things we have in sizing. And now I'll go to the most important part of Bootstrap, that is the spacing. The spacing involves all margin and padding classes. Now here we'll see the margin and padding, because this is why it is important. You without margin and padding, you cannot create any page. This is so important. So what I'll do now, see how is our things looking like here. We are having some gap here. Can you see after the H1? See, when I don't use Bootstrap, H1 is having a margin top, margin bottom. But here, what Bootstrap has done after applying Bootstrap, they remove the top margin, they remove the bottom margin also. But then they add a small margin to the margin bottom to the H1. Okay, we can see it from here. So let's say this is not BG warning, this is BG danger. Okay, now we can see that this is having a small margin at the bottom. Now this margin can be changed using the bootstrap classes. So what bootstrap class we have? We have the M class. When I say M-1, okay, M-1 means this margin value start from 1 to 5. Okay, it happens from 0 to 5. Sorry, 0 means margin 0. If you want to remove margin, you apply 0, but maximum is 5. Okay. So normally elements will not have the margin. So we start, if you want to apply, you will apply 1 to 5. To apply margin, I will not use 0, right? It is to remove the margin, not for applying margin. Okay. So by default, for classes, okay, fine. So 1 to 5 I'll be using. So now let me explain you what is the meaning of these things. So M-1, when I say that 1, again that 1 means how much? 1 is 16 into 0.5. That means 1/4 of 16, 4px. Okay. So 1 means 4px, add a 4px margin from all sides. That is the meaning of M1. Okay, from all sides. So reload this page. And if you see this H1 is having a small margin from all sides. You can see a small margin from all sides, and it is that M1, because of which we are getting this small gap. So this way you can put M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. When I apply M5, I'll get the biggest margin. Okay, this much margin I am getting. A big margin I am getting from all sides, M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. Okay. Now, let's say I don't want margin from all sides, only from the top. Then I apply MT-5. That is margin top 5. I get only from the top. Bottom one is already there, that because that was already there by default because of Bootstrap. If you want to remove that margin bottom, you have to write MB0 and it will remove the margin bottom. Now I can see there is only margin top. Margin top 5, margin instead of margin top, if you want margin bottom 5, you can apply margin bottom. Now margin bottom is 5. If you want left, left means what? Margin start. So MS5, MS5, margin start 5, and then the right side is end. So ME5. You can see from the right side we are getting a margin. This way the MT, MB, MS, ME will work. Okay, fine. In the same way, the padding also works in the same way. What happens? I want some padding here. So what I'll do, I'll apply P-1. And again, one more thing, directly M0, if I apply, it will remove all margins. Okay, all margins are gone. No margin from any side. Okay, now I'll go with padding P-1. P-1 means apply 4px padding from all sides. So now I can see there's a padding, green color padding I can see. See here, observe carefully. Green color padding has come. Then same way, padding 2, padding 3, padding 4, padding 5. Okay, padding 6 will not work. So we can see the a big padding we are getting. Okay, again you can specify from which side you want the padding. P5, PT5. What is the meaning? PT5 means apply from only from the top. So this way top, bottom, left, right will work with padding as well. PT, PB, PS, PE. Okay, PB means padding bottom, PS means padding start, which is for left, PE means padding end, which is right. Okay. Now, if you observe in any websites, okay, wherever we are having some button, let's say anything, button or any box or something, let me go to some edupoly.com. Okay, here, mm, see this box. Okay, in this box, if I inspect what is happening here, we're having some padding. Is the padding equal from all sides? I think it is equal. But in some scenarios, what they are doing is from the left and right, they put more padding, and from the top and bottom, they put less padding. Okay, that is the actual standard. This button, see this button is having left and right padding more, but top and bottom is less, right? So in this case, what I have to do, I have to apply left and right same button, same padding, top and bottom, some less, same padding, right? But for that, how many classes I have to apply? I have to apply 4 classes, right? Left for left one class, for right one class, top, bottom one class. But Bootstrap has given us a better way to do that. Which sides we are applying same padding? Left and right we are putting same, top and bottom we are putting same. So we don't need to tell again and again that left and right again put 5px, for right also put 5px. No, directly we can apply for left and right. So how to apply that? We can apply px5. What is the meaning of px5? X-axis, that is left and right. On the x-axis, left and right, apply the 5 padding. So let us see. It is looking like this. You can see from the left and okay. I'll minimize it. Now you can see from the left and right we are getting the same padding. And top and bottom, let's say I want less padding. So py, what is y-axis, top and bottom, py3. Okay, py3 is less padding. So if I reload this, I can see px left and right is more, py top and bottom is less. So this way you can use the x and y as well. Same for the margin also. In the margin also, if you want top and bottom same margin, you directly apply py. No need to apply separately for p top and p bottom. Okay. This is how the padding and margin works, and this is very important. Okay, padding margin, so you will need every scenario, you will need the padding and margin. Okay, so that is all about. Many things are there, but these are not that much important because these things you can column gap, row gap, you can adjust in Flexbox also, right? Okay. Next we have this text sizing. Did we see? Sizing we have seen. Okay, text. Now text alignment. So text alignment, what we are doing, we were using align items. Sorry, not align. Text align left, text align right, text align center. This kind of things we were using. So here we have directly a class called text start. So text start means left. So text align left. Text center means text align center. So let us apply text hyphen center, where I am applying this to the welcome h1. So reload it and welcome has come to the center. Okay, this way we can apply this. Learn Bootstrap, I want to bring it to the right. So text end means right. So learn Bootstrap has gone to the right. Okay, this way you can do the alignment. Next, text wrapping and overflow. Okay, that is fine. Word break, text transform. Yeah, this is another thing. Text lowercase will make everything lowercase. Text uppercase will make everything uppercase text. And text capitalize. What it will do? It will make the first letter of each word capital only. It is not doing this one. Okay, it was already there in the text. So that is not done by text capitalize. Text capitalize, what it is doing? It is making this first letter to capital. So if it is already capital, no change. If it is not capital, let's say text, T is not capital, it will make it T capital. So I have a long sentence. Let's say I will use this sentence. Okay. This sentence I'll copy and paste it in a paragraph. So P element I am using and I'll paste it here and I'll make this as small letter. Okay. And I'll apply class equal to text uppercase. Sorry, text capitalize. Uppercase means it will make everything uppercase. Text capitalize, if I use, I'll get something like this. See, the first letter of every word is capital. Transform T text in components with the text capitalization classes. So every word, first letter, it is making it capital. Okay. Next we have font size. So font size is nothing but just like H1, H2, H3. Okay. So we have this class fs1, font size 1, font size 2, font size 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. So no change. Then we have font weight and italics. So here FW bold, that means font weight bold. Font weight bold, font weight bolder, more bold, font weight semi bold, font weight medium, normal. These are the things you can use. So you have to remember this FW is for bold. For italics, you have to use FST. Why? Because FST means font style. Italic is font style. Bold is font weight. Okay. These two things you need to remember and use it. Line height. Okay. These are not that much important. Reset color, text decoration. Yeah. Text decoration is very important. We have seen this kind of text decoration. Text decoration underline, it is known as. Okay. So then we have this one. This one we have seen in to-do list where we need to apply this style. So in the to-do list, we can use this one. So it is a strike through, text decoration line through. So long class, it is a long class. We have to write like this. Okay. Then this is a link. Links will be having an underline by default, right? If I want to remove it, what I use text decoration none class. So it will apply the text decoration none style to that link and it will remove the underline. Okay, that's it. Next, Vertical align, okay, vertical align is there, but we will not use vertical align because we know flex, so we'll be using flex. Visibility, invisible, hidden, all those things are there, but that is okay. We can do with D none also. Z index is there. Z3 is Z index 3, 3, 2, 1, 0, and N1 means -1. Okay, so only these 3, 4 values are there. -1, that is N1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, fine. Now let us move on to our last topic, which is the flex, which will actually help us to create layouts. Okay, we along with this flex and spacing, I think you can create any website. Okay, flex and spacing will help you in everything. Of course, you need border and background, but those are something different. We may need it, we may not need it, but this flex and spacing, so you need it mandatorily. Okay, so flex we already know. I'll just create some containers and I'll show you how we can use it. So I have a div. Inside div, I have some h1, h1 is there, h2 is there. Okay, so in h1, hi is there. In h2, hello is there. So they will look like this. Hi, hello. Fine. Now what I'll do, I'll apply in the parent class is equal to d flex, d hyphen flex. The moment I apply d flex, that means display flex I'm applying. So they will become like this. Okay. Now what I can do, hi, hello. Okay, let me make everything h1. Okay. Hi, hello, and welcome. Okay. Now let us see. How does it look? It looks like this. Now they are all align items left, right? Flex start, align items flex start, which is align items start. Now I'll apply, bring them to the center. So deflex align items center. Okay. Align item center. What will happen? They will come to the center. Oh, what happened? Deflex align items center. Something happened.
Justify content center.
Oh, sorry. Align items is for vertical aligning. So I'll show that when I use H1 with H2, when the size is wrong, then I will show you that. So justify content center. So hyphen hyphen is enough. Okay. So it will come to the center. Justify content start is the default value. So we will not get any change. Justify content end will give us to the right. And then we also have justify content space between space around space evenly, right? So what I do there to apply justify content space between, I don't need to write justify content space between. I just write justify content between. Okay, justify content between means space between. It is like this. Then we have the justify content space around. So I'll write here justify content around. Then, so this is about justify content space around. Now the spaces are not equal. If I want evenly, I can do justify content evenly. Save it and we got justify content space evenly. Now let us see the align items as well. So for that, what I will do, I'll remove the justify content for the time being, okay? And let them stick to each other. They are sticking to each other. And I'll make this hello to H2. H2. Okay. Now see what will happen. This hello is moving up because by default we have seen that align items will have flex start by default. That is align always to the top, isn't it? So I will apply align item center here so that they will all come to the center. It is like vertical align. So align items center. What will happen here now? They all are now aligned in the center. So align item start will bring everything to start. Align items end will bring everything to end, which is bottom for this part. Okay. So this way you can use all these flex properties. Now some more flex properties are there. Let us see all of them, whatever we have. So flexbox we have seen. Inline flex also there is one class, but that will not occupy the whole width because by default they have 100% width. This will not have the 100%. Okay, fine. Flex direction, so now flex direction row column is also there. So what I can do, I'll remove all these things. Okay, let it be there, no problem. So what is happening here? It is in flex direction row, that is in the what we write is flex direction colon row. We write like that, right? But here I don't need to write like that. I write flex hyphen row. So this is default, so there will be no change. If I write flex row reverse, what will happen? Now it is hi, hello, welcome. Now it will become welcome, hello, hi. Okay. This is flex row reverse. Then we have flex column. What does it do? It will be from top to bottom. Top to bottom like this. And why is it aligned in the center? Because of this align item center. Okay. Let us remove this. Okay. Flex direction. It is row. Sorry, column. Now flex column reverse also we have it. Flex column reverse. Again, this will go in reverse direction. Okay. That is about flex direction. Next. So that's what they're showing. Justify content we have seen. Align items also we have seen. Then there is something called align self. Actually, this is also there in CSS. Okay. So when I want to align only one of the items. So let's say I have this as H6. Now what will happen? This will look very small. Okay. I'll write hello. And I'll remove this thing. So how does it look like? It's looking like this. Hello is moving to the top. Now this hello, I can adjust it. Only the hello I want to adjust. Okay. I don't want to move this hi and welcome. This hello I want to align to the top, to bottom, to middle like that. Okay. So for that, what I need to do is I have to apply the style to this element. Till now, what we are doing, we are applying to the parent, right? So I have to apply it to this element here. What I can use? I can use align self. So align self start is the default value. That's why we are getting at the top. Okay. So align self end, align self center, like that things are there. So let me apply align self, that is start, right, by default. So I'll make it end. So if it is end, it will come to the bottom. Then align self center, it will move to the center. So this way you can align it. Okay. Then next, flex field is okay. That is not that much needed. Flex grow flexing. I want to go to, okay. Auto margin is also one important thing. So let it be centered, no problem. Now what I want is here, I want this welcome to go to the extreme right part. Okay. So what do I do? Here, I just apply a class margin left auto. Okay, ms means margin left and auto. What will happen? The left side will automatically occupy the whole margin, whatever space is there. Okay, but for this ms auto, you need this deflex should be present in the parent. Okay, if the deflex is not there, ms auto will not work. So let us now see. Yes, the welcome has moved there. Okay, same class, if I cut it from here and paste it in here in the hello. ms auto, what will happen? It will push this hello to the left. So when it is pushing the hello, it will push the welcome also. So this both the elements will go to the right now because I am applying margin left auto. This way, hello and welcome both have gone. Okay. If I apply to first one, all the three items will go to the right. Okay. Next. These things are okay. This is the thing I was looking for. Flex wrap. Okay. So when we have a lot of elements, what we have is, let me do something like, let me have some box inside this instead of this h1, h2. Div is a box, and in the box, I want to apply some border, primary, and anything else? No. In the box, height is 70 px. Okay. Some width also I'll apply. Width also 70 px. Okay. And then I just want to create copies of this. Okay. I'll do one thing. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'll make a lot of copies. So now what will happen? I'll get something like this, right? So I applied what I applied. See, we have already discussed these things in CSS Flex. So here what is happening? I have applied with 70px, but these boxes are not looking like 70px because if 70px height and width are there, they should look like square. But what happens? It all adjusts in one line only because of the display flex in the parent. So to get 70px width, what should happen? This will go out. So we cannot keep it out. We have to bring it to the next line. So for that, we use the flex wrap property, right? So what we have here is we have this flex wrap class. Directly we can use this class in the parent. So if I apply now flex wrap here, you'll get this kind of layout. Okay, squares are coming to the next line whenever the width is width is occupied. When the total width of the screen is occupied, it will come back to the next line. Now here you can combine the other things, justify content, align items, everything you can combine and create gaps. So here we have these row gap, column gap, some things will be there. So that things you can apply if you want. But normally this is how the wrap will work. Flex wrap and flex no wrap. This is default. So even if you don't apply, this flex no wrap will be there. Okay. That's it. That's it for the session. And one more order is also there. So to change the order, third item is coming to first. How it is coming? So because we are applying order 0. Okay. So let me write here something. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And in the third box, what I'll do is I'll apply one order 1. So here order 1. So normally how it was looking like, it was here no numbering is there, but if I refresh, so it has gone to the end actually. So for that we need to have, so this one will not work like this. We have to apply order to all of them. Only then it will work properly. Okay. I have to apply. So if I have 10 items, I have to apply order 1, order 2, order 3 up to 10 and then adjust which one I want. So let's say I remove all these things. Now it should work. Order 1, then here order. So by default, what happens first? You see that when I don't apply anything, the order is 1, 2, 3, right? The order is 1, 2, 3. But if I now do something like this, order 2, what will happen? 1 will go to second position, and so order 2, order 1, So as I told you, we have to apply all class to all of them. Order 3. So what I'm saying that this one should be in order 1. That means it should be first. Then which one should be second? This one should be second because this is order 2, and this one should be third because this is order 3. Now save this and I'll get 2, 1, 3. That is the expected output. Yes, we got 2, 1, 3. Okay. Here this way you can change the order of the elements also using this order property. This is already there in CSS. Maybe I don't know we have learned or not, but the just to do using Bootstrap, I'm showing it. Okay. So that's it. That's it about this thing. Align content is another property that will work only when you have more items. Okay. Media object. Okay, fine. That's it. The flex is over. So this is the thing. One more thing. Position is left. Position, what they are doing in position, they are using this top. So position static, we know that is default. Position relative, if you want to apply, see the values, whatever you use with position, top, left, bottom, right, that so you have to 100% write using style only. Okay, CSS only. But what they have given is instead of applying position relative, you can directly apply the class position relative here, apply position absolute here, fixed here, sticky here. That is the only thing, nothing else. Okay, these are the 4 things you need to remember. Okay, but along with this, what Bootstrap is providing us is they are allowing us to align the items after positioning. So let's say this box is inside this big box, right? Inside this big box, it is having position absolute, so we can move it from here and there inside the box, these kind of things. So they are giving only about the absolute things. Other things, so in relative, fix and sticky, we will always write our own styles. Apart from this class is needed, but whatever top, left, bottom we will use on our own. They cannot give us anything. Okay, but for absolute, what we have is, for absolute, if you want some fixed position like top right corner, bottom left corner, all these things, they are giving up to some level, like a top 0 start 0. That means left top, top left, top 0 end 0 means top right, top 50 start 50 means again from the top 50%, from the start 50%. Okay, this way. But this is not exact center. This box is not in the exact center. It becomes 50%, so it takes little bit extra space. That's why we have another center elements styling here. What they do is position absolute, top 50 start 50, along with that translate middle is another extra class they add so that it becomes exact center. You can see from here, this is in the center. These 3 boxes, can you see? These are in the exact center, but these are not in the exact center. They're little bit left, little bit right. Okay. So these are very rare things. If you want these centering things, sometimes we may use flex also, isn't it? But when it goes to corner, going out of the box, see these corners, we cannot do this using flex. We have to use position absolute only. We don't have any other option. Then we can use these classes. Okay. Only then we need these things. When it is inside the box, then it is okay. We can go with flex and all. But when it is when do we need these kind of things? When we are showing notification. So if I say notification, notifications, if I see, we get this kind of 1. How this 1 is coming? For that, we have to use position absolute only. How this 5 is coming? So for this, we have to use that position absolute. And we can use this one. What they are using for this one? They are using top 0, start 500, and translate middle. This is the class we need to apply to achieve these kind of things. Okay, these are these kind of things. For this one, what we'll use? This is again not start 100. It is start 0. Okay, top 0, start 0, translate middle. This kind of things you need to use. Okay, That's it for this session. So here what we have covered today is about the utilities. All the utilities we try to cover and try to practice more so that these words will be remembered. Okay, once these are remembered, you can apply this to any style or any layout. Okay, that's it for this session. We'll have another session one day to cover up the components. These components are not like mandatory, because see, these utilities are mandatory. We using these things, you can do a lot of things, but components, it is like you may, you will feel very good using these things, but according to projects, sometimes you may use some other components also, like some other UI library. We are using today Bootstrap. Tomorrow we may be using some library called Tailwind CSS. Next day another, we will be using something Material UI. So those will be different. But why I want to take this session on components is, once you know how to use these components, then you can work on any UI library. Okay, let it be Tailwind, let it be Material UI, let it be any other library. Okay, so that's it. That's it for this session. Okay.